Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aries, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Lots of car horn honking at the beginning of your reading, Aries. It's almost like Aries is making a big splash for some reason. So we shall see. Now they're just crazy birds chirping. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one is the Chalks of King Congo Oracle deck for the overall energy, and the Nefertiti's Tarot for the tarot portion of your reading. Both these decks were gifted to me by some very beautiful friends, so I thank them very much. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angel Spirits, Guides, what messages do you have for Aries? Beautiful card. This deck is it's not simplistic by any means, but it is simple, if that makes any sense. Testing times. I feel as though some Aries are rolling their eyes right now, like, duh. Tell us something that we don't already know. This is the thing. That's not how I read tarot. Usually everything that I say is something that you definitely already know. It's just weird because I'm saying it to you. Testing times. Well, first of all, right off the bat, this looks like a smile to me. And it's not a smile because you're going through testing times. It's almost like a smile despite the testing times. So there could be this sense of you of resilience, of not giving up, of finding all the opportunities that you can to experience laughter, joy, where you can find it. This also reminds me of a vessel, something to contain. It's almost like we're racking up experience through these testing times, right? With each event or each moment, we experience something new, and we kind of file it away in our Rolodex for use at a later time. It's this vessel of maturity that I see with you. But you could be going through the ringer right now. Spirit is showing me it's almost like one step forward, two steps back. It's not that you're not making progress. It's that the progress is slow, or I just kind of hear somebody saying, oh, these stupid mistakes, as if in the effort to try and go faster, right, we make mistakes and we end up going slower. This is what I say at work, move slower to go faster. I say that a lot at work. Because we're so eager, right, to jump in, to get it done, to prove something, that in the process of that, we can forget ourselves, we can forget the details, and maybe it's not you that's forgetting the details, it's other people that you are relying on. I don't know. But it's causing a little bit of delay in your progress. To that, Spirit would say you're right on time, of course. Sometimes it's not what we want to hear, but there's some kind of cosmic intentionality, like that you're kind of, you want to move through the earth lesson so fast. The more quickly you want to move through it, the more spirit slows you down. It's like the difference between listening to the whole lecture and reading the Cliff's Notes. Which, if you don't know what Cliff's Notes are, it's just basically a brief summary. So in school, like, I remember I've read the entire book of the Odyssey, right, which is like 1,000 pages or something. I've read the whole thing. But then I also had the Cliff's Notes, because I was like, what is this chapter about? I have no idea. So it's like, for some people, they just read the summary. It's kind of like, which one are you? 3 cards for the base spread. 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future. And at the end, I will pull a card of advice from Spirit. Lots of air sign energy in your reading. 6 cards are on the table. It's past energy, the 3 of Swords in the reverse. Not an easy card, Aries, and it would absolutely reinforce the testing times theme of the reading. 3 of Swords talks about disappointment, heartache, and heartbreak. It's one of the most difficult cards to get in the tarot. It's when we feel like we have very little option or recourse, and there's been a great pain or sadness experienced. The card is in reverse, which also indicates that it has been more than difficult to get through this period of hardship and pain, that you haven't quite healed from it yet. You're kind of not, you haven't really scratched the surface. It's clarified by the 9 of Swords, which is, it's called nightmare energy. Maybe not actual nightmares, but this sense that our thoughts are overtaking us. We can think of little else than this pain that we've experienced. This is your past energy. This is not predicting anything future. This is your past energy. This disappointment. And if it's not you, it could be somebody in your vicinity. I think that it's affecting you, though, greatly. 9 of Swords can be difficult to lift ourselves out of, because the anxiety that's being fueled is your own thinking. It's not necessarily what is actually happening out in the world. And what is fear? It's the anxiety over something that may never happen. But if we conceive of it and continue to fuel it, we can almost allow it to occur. As within, so without, right? So really challenging in your past energy. Really, really rocked you to the core, I feel. And here we are, kind of on our knees, perhaps in prayer. When will it be relieved? Can I have a clarifier? What did this heartbreak, heartache have to do with? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if it represents loss of independence, loss of finances, autonomy. The 9 of Pentacles is the pre-Empress card. Independent, entrepreneurial, leader of one's own life. Worked really diligently to achieve everything that we've earned. generous to a point, keeping some for ourselves. This card is in reverse. So something that you perhaps invested greatly in did not turn out the way that you thought that it would. This could be having to do with your finances or a relationship or a friendship. It's weird because I felt this like little itch on my neck, and then I wanted to touch my evil eye pendant. This could have to do with a business partnership or a friendship that turned sour, that you thought you could trust somebody and they betrayed you in some way. Did they take the money and run? The spirit just sang that lyric in my head, take the money and run. Did they take something from you that you can't get back? Well, that's crappy, and I'm sorry that you're going through that. I'm sure, though, you understand that karmic balance it's a thing. So I think why Spirit is bringing that up is to say, thank you, Spirit. Let them to their own devices. Cut yourself off from it. They'll get what they put out into the world. I do not condone retaliation. You know why? Because Spirit does it for us. Not because they place judgment on that, but just they're returning the energy. In the present energy, Ace of Wands. Hey, this is more like it. Your energy, fire, the fire element, Ace of Wands, a new beginning. Aces bring new from Spirit. Spark of inspiration, creativity, get up and go energy. This is you in the present moment. Kind of, I see Spirit like dusting off your pants and your shoes. Let's dust ourselves off. Let's dust ourselves off. We've got things to do, places to go, people to see, right? This is a beautiful energy, and it comes straight from Spirit. Spirit's giving you that new life, that energetic push. Like, I don't know if you've lately felt this this revitalized sense about you. It's that energetic push from Spirit, and you're gladly embracing it. You're gladly taking it into your fold and saying, thank you. I'm not gonna let this get me down. And it is testing though, right? It's clarified by the King of Chalices, the King of Cups. Here we are, that cup, pouring this sense of love back into yourself. King of Cups is Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with a Scorpio or have Scorpio in prominent placements in your chart. The King of Cups is this character who, this person, I like to think of them as like really awesome dad energy. Doesn't have to describe a man, but just think about the awesome dad energy. They're not super emotional on the outside at the onset, but they're a total softie, and they'll do anything for you. They'll always have your back. They're very, very loving and really compassionate at the heart, but they might not show it. They might not wear it on their sleeve. You might not see it, but you'll feel it, and it's through their actions. This is the King of Cups. Somebody who shows their love through their actions. This could be somebody coming in to help you with this new beginning. For somebody, I saw you moving out of an apartment or a house, and a dad-like figure, or a King of Cups-like figure, shall I say, coming to help you move. Just saying, don't worry, I got you. I feel very, it's like a warm energy. It's a warm, loving presence. Can I have a clarifier? Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. Three of Pentacles in the upright is usually a card of collaboration and co-creation with spirit, with others, with community. I feel as though right now you're just kind of, sorry, I just want to cover up some of this here. You're just kind of relying on a few, if not singular, trusted people to help you through this period. You're not telling everybody about your testing times. You're not telling everybody about your hardship. Why? Maybe it's just you don't want everybody in your business. Maybe there's a little bit of pride. There could be a little bit of embarrassment. I don't know why you're not allowing Soul Tribe to come in, but I do feel as though it's, you know, back here with this Nine of Pentacles, and it shows me you got three nines in your reading. We're going to come up on the third one, so you may be seeing 999. You are an independent soul, so I think that you probably like to deal with your problems on your own. At least this one particular one. I'm asking Spirit if that's the right move, but they are saying that's the right move for Aries, so just leave it at that. Because normally I'd be like, Aries, talk to your friends, get them to help you, but Spirit just said no. Aries will do what they want to do, and right now this is right for Aries. Your friends and Soul Tribe will either figure it out on their own, or you'll tell them when you're ready. They're showing me a very close loved one who didn't tell me what they were going through until after it was like already past the point of no return, and I was shocked because I would have been there, you know, like I would have wanted to be there while they were going through such hardship, but they didn't know how to tell me. They weren't ready. So you got to respect that. So I respect that, Aries, that's what you're dealing with right now. Like you just want to figure it out on your own. In the future potential, Two of Swords, you know, now moving into this space where I just see this open field. There's this expanse of possibility, and you might be a little bit confused as to where do I go from here? I've been through all of this, and I have options. Better to have options than no options. But where I take those steps, yet to be determined. That's the Two of Swords. A little indecision, a little stagnancy. It's clarified by the Nine of Cups in reverse, which makes sense to me. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, wishes coming true. But first you got to know, what are those wishes? What is it that you want moving forward? That's why the Nine of Cups is in reverse, because it's like Spirit wants to give you your wishes, but you're not quite sure of what those are at this time or in the future potential, and that's okay. You're going to figure it out eventually, but it's almost like give yourself some space to heal Because whatever this is in the past energy, it's pretty dramatic. At least for the Aries that I'm reading for. Clarifying the future potential. 2 of Pentacles. 8 of Swords in reverse. This is the 8 of Swords in the upright. 8 of Swords in the upright talks about anxiety and analysis paralysis, and this is you letting go of that. 2 of Pentacles, multitasking, juggling. There's a lot on your plate right now, but I feel as though you're paring everything down slowly but surely. You're trying to take some responsibilities off your plate. It's like taking care of things in short order so that we can make space for whatever new is coming in. Can I get a card of advice from Spirit? Next steps, please, Spirit. Next steps. Five of Wands in the reverse. This is the 5 of Wands in the upright. I don't like 5s, but I just asked for next steps. 5 of Wands in the reverse would suggest no more self-sabotage, fighting with oneself, the inner battle. Try your best to forgive yourself, release. Just enough already. Those are your spirit guides. Enough already, Aries. Haven't you beaten yourself up enough? Enough. Thank you, Spirit. You see? Forgiveness of self is like the hardest thing that people can do if you're not a narcissist, right? Give yourself a break. I'm going to read from the book, Testing Times. Let's be frank, it starts. Let's be frank. No one enjoys the testing times. They make us uncomfortable, uncertain, and sometimes fearful. Yet testing times are necessary. As the cliche saying goes, pressure bursts pipes and also forms diamonds. There is always a lesson to be learned, a blessing to be had, and when in alignment, you can receive both. When you find yourself in rough waters, gotcha, Spirit. When you find yourself in rough waters, you will either float or sink. You will either apply what you know and have learned, or you will be overcome. You will either operate from your higher self, or you will allow ego to take over. The good news is that for every problem, there is a solution. For every poison, there is a medicine. Now is the time to activate your faith, magic, and power. Be steadfast amidst the storms of life. This too shall pass. Learn the lessons and learn them well this time, or you will surely repeat them. Be creative in your approach to resolving issues. So that's your reading, Aries. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aries.